we are going to be talking about the lands available list. Okay. So, I love tax deeds. I love investing in tax liens. But did you also know that there are available opportunities within the strategy itself of investing in tax liens and tax deeds? And one of those amazing, wonderful strategies are investing in lands available. So, what is the lands available list? Okay, I'll tell you. All right, hold your horses. I'll tell you right now. So, lands available are properties that have gone to tax deed auction, and it's properties that did not sell. Now, I know what you're thinking. Some of you are like, well, Jackie, most of those properties on the lands available list always are like junk properties. It's properties that nobody wants. Well, today we are going to see if that assumption is true or not. Are you ready? I'm about to share my screen. We about to get it. Life is about to be awesome and amazing and wonderful. So let's do that together, okay? So I'm going to share my screen. I already have everything prepped and ready for you. So if you are living in the state of Florida, you may be living in another state, another tax deed state, doesn't matter. Lands available for taxes is going to be accessible to you. All you have to do is contact the county and the county department that manages the tax deed auction and ask them, hey, what happens to the list of properties that do not sell? Like, where does that list go? Where does that list live? Can I have access to it? And if I can have access to it, is it online? Do I have to go down to the clerk's office? Can it be emailed to me? Can it be SOS? I mean, drop it in the mail. What can I do to get access to this information? So what we're going to do is we're just going to go to Brevard County today. So I tried Miami this morning, as you can see by my Google. Yeah, the link for that Miami wasn't working, so I was like, I wasn't going to fight it. All right, I wasn't going to fight it. So I decided to switch it up and go to Brevard County instead. Brevard County never fails me, by the way. 67 counties in the state of Florida, and Brevard, by far, their website always works. So in the state of Florida, the clerk of the circuit court manages the entire tax deed process. It's a clerk, the clerk. All right, not the tax collector. The tax collector manages the tax lien process. However, the tax deed process, as well as like the overages and the lands available, as well as the tax deed in the state of Florida, it is the clerk of the circuit court that manages the tax deed process. So here I am about to go to Brevard County's clerk of the circuit court, and my goodness, right on their homepage. Oh, and let me be clear. Every clerk of the court's website is awesome and amazing. However, not every clerk of courts, makes it like really plain as day where to go to find all the information. Sometimes it's on the left, sometimes it's on the right, sometimes on the top, sometimes on the bottom, sometimes it's 100 links in, and you got to click your life away to find this information. Please, please, please do not give up. You will be successful. Just be confident and disciplined and patient with yourself, and you will find it. All right. So go to the clerk of the circuit court. And right now we are at Brevard County Clerk of Circuit Court, right? So right on their front page, we got tax deeds. So we're just going to click on it. I don't know if you just saw me click it, but I just clicked it. Anyway, so when I clicked on tax deeds, it totally brought me to their page where all their tax deed information is hanging out. Just waiting for, you, me, somebody to come along and read it, okay? So I tell all my students all the time, I'm like, listen, when it comes on to this process, the best thing that you can ever do for yourself is slow down and read everything on the page. Just read it. Don't skim it. Don't skip the other words. Read the whole thing. And when I say read the whole thing, I really do mean read the whole thing from top to bottom, starting with the first word, like it's at home, public record search, tax deeds, auction. Ooh, real auction, online tax deeds. Ooh, what happens when I click that link? Then you click it and you come back to the page and you read it again. And you're like, oh, okay, tax deed information. This is how this works. Brevard County real estate taxes are due November 1st, blah, blah, blah. Read the whole thing, you guys. You guys think you're so smart. And I'll be like, oh my gosh, I can always tell when somebody has not read. It's just really evident. Don't be that guy. Don't be that girl. Anyway, so over here on the left, they got some related links. So again, why I like Brevard, they kind of set things up for you here, right? It's really, really cool. So the lands available information is just hanging out right here. And it will say lands available, by the way. So if you're on the clerk of court website, in any clerk of court in the state of Florida, it will say lands available somewhere on the clerk's website. Once you click on tax deeds, they're going to give you some information. So we're going to click on the lands available information here. And this is what the clerk is telling us. Ooh, please allow up to 30 days for a response to your request for an updated minimum bid. Information must be obtained from the tax collector's office to determine the current bid. Now, what do they really mean by that? I know I just said to you, hey, the tax collector don't got nothing to do with this process, but they kind of do. But this is not where you find the lands available information. You find it on the clerk's website. So I'm still right. Anyway, so what the clerk is going to do when you submit an inquiry, for any property on their lands available list, they're just going to follow up with the tax collector like, hey, what taxes are due? Can you just tell me what's up with this property? How much is it if somebody, you, me, Jackie, somebody wants to purchase it? So that's what they're going to do. They're going to contact the tax collector in that county and just ask for an updated payoff as far as what are the total taxes that are due, which is awesome. So here are the rules, right? And here's the contact information, right? You can request a bid and write it. You can send an email, you can send a fax, you can send a mail, and here's their address. So all you got to do if you really want to purchase a property off the lands available list, you just submit an inquiry to the tax deed clerk at the clerk of the circuit court. And then the clerk is going to follow up with the tax collector. And then the tax collector is going to tell the clerk how much the total payoff is, what's the taxes that are due. And then the clerk's going to follow up with you and be like, hey, you want to buy this land? No bigs. This is how much it costs. These are the total amount of taxes that are due. Are you with it or nah? Do you want to buy or nah? And guess what? If you buy, guess what you get? Oh my gosh. Yep, you guessed it. The actual tax deed. No fluff, no muss, no fight, no competition, no, none of that foolishness. All you got to do is just submit an inquiry. The clerk is going to respond and they're going to say, hey, you want to buy it or not? And if you say yes, then guess what? Yep, you guessed it. You get the deed. So here's what I want to also emphasize to you too. So it's still buyer beware. So what does that mean? No matter if the property is on the tax deed auction list and is going up for auction, or it's on the tax lien list, which is managed by the tax collector, or if it's on the lands available list managed by the clerk of the circuit court, it's always going to be buyer beware. So what does that mean? That means that you, my friend, must do your due diligence in advance, not after the fact, but in advance to identify and determine what is this property, what is this property's usage, what's the zoning, is it a good deal, is it not a good deal, all of that cool stuff. You got to do your due diligence in advance, man. There's no substitute for that. Cool? All right. So here are the ways that you can actually get that information, right? So you got to go to brevardclerk.us and I'm like, okay, Mr. Brevard, I'm already here. So what gives? Okay. So they give further information. Got to go to public records and in tax deed auctions. Did that. On the next screen, you got to go to tax deed auction options. Please select view tax deed files online. Did that. We're actually here, right here. That's where are we? Step 3. Yep. Now we got to go to step 4. Once on the Tribute website, please select the search by status option. Then you're going to search by LA. Guess what LA means, y'all? You guessed it. Lands available. You are so smart. That's why I love working with you guys. You guys are brilliant. Anyway, then you click on search records and then guess what? Then you get to access where the files are for all these lands available. So let's get her done. So now I'm going to click on view tax deed files online because that's what the clerk told me to do. Bada bing, bada boom. Now I get all my search options. Clerk said, hey, Miss Jackson, you might want to search by the status. All right, I'm going to click status. Oh, they gave me a drop down. Yep, there she goes, LA. Now me, I'm kind of impatient. So I like to search by 100 or the maximum records that it allows me to search by. So it defaults to 10 records at a time. Anybody got time for that? So I always put like you know, an extra zero there. Anyway, I digress. So now I'm going to search and see what's on the lands available list. Now remember, we are on Brevard County Clerk of Courts, and we went through their site just to see what kind of properties they have available. Now, lands available exists, you guys, and I really do mean this, in all the counties, all right? Not just Brevard, it exists in all the counties in the tax deed states, okay? Don't let them tell you that it doesn't. It's not hiding necessarily in plain sight, but it's there. So you just got to dig for it, just like we did a moment ago. Anywho, so this is what I want to kind of present you to. So it just seems that there's 37 records that are on the lands available list, at least as of today, right? As of today. And what you're currently looking at right now basically is like a breakdown of all the details about this specific property, okay? So this is the same information that's provided to the public when the property went up for sale at the tax deed auction originally, right? You got the tax lien applicant right here. This is the tax deed applicant. These are the folks over here in column number 1 who originally had the tax lien. Then we got the case number. Then we got the certificate number, the year the tax lien certificate was issued. We got the parcel ID for that property, which can be cross-referenced at the property appraiser's website. Then we got the sale date. These are the original dates that the property actually went to auction. The current status right now is lands available. Then we got the opening bid. Then we got the high bid. Now, guess what, guys? I know it says the same thing across the board here. Oh, some of them do, some of them don't. Maybe this one actually got a bid on it. However, it says $1,781.16. However, as an opening bid, but the high bid was 13. Perhaps the person didn't come back and pay. So it ended up on the lands available list. Anywho, so you can just look at this information for you. But if it's on this list, that means that it has not been purchased yet. So it's available for you to purchase. So you're like, oh my gosh, Jackie, like, how do I find out this information? I'm so happy you said that, because guess what we're going to do? We're just going to click it, shall we? All right, so I'm really, really curious. So I like that guy. I like looking at odd stuff. Normally, I'm gonna click on everything, by the way, and I'm an advocate for that because you can't break none of these government websites anyway. So just click it. Why not? You never know what's going to be on. Anyway, so now when I clicked it, it took me directly to some more information where I can read about the property, the file, all that cool stuff. So now I'm going to click on the property appraiser's website, just kind of find out what's really, really going on. Woo! All right, so this particular property has ended up being like vacant residential land, but now I see the reason why nobody bid on it. Very, very cool. So do you see like the market value? The assessed value of this particular property happens to be $100. Obviously, people are going to be like, heck no, I'm not going to pay for, you know, some land on the taxi auction and it's not even worth it, right? The value of the property is not there. But this is what I'm saying to you. You got to click, 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 click. So normally what I do is I just go through this, go through all of these lands availables on every county until I find one that actually meets my buying criteria. One where the purchase price is low enough compared to the value of the property, like the assessed value, the market value of the property. And then guess what I do? Yep, you guessed it. I submit an inquiry to the clerk of the circuit court, and I just kind of sit and wait around for about a week or so. I know they say give them 30 days, but they're actually pretty good. They will respond to you a little bit faster than that. Anyway, and then I sit around and wait for the clerk to follow up with me and tell me how much, Miss Jackson. They were like, oh, Miss Jackson is only $2,500. Oh, Miss Jackson is only $3,000. How do you think I'm buying all these properties, you guys? I mean, come on. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Now, what you also need to do in your due diligence is just make sure there aren't any liens on these properties. Because here's what, although you can get the deed for the property, you still got to do your additional due diligence, right? So you got to do your title search. You got to do all of that cool stuff just to make sure that, hey, any of these properties that are on this list meet your minimum standards of making sure that it is a safe investment. And, you know, AKA when it comes onto real estate, there's no such thing as safe investment. So FYI, that really, really doesn't exist. All real estate transactions have some element of risk. Even a house you live in got risk. Just FYI, I just want you to know that, okay? So I just want to be clear. In addition, every real estate transaction, maybe you might want to seek the guidance and counsel of a professional licensed person so that you can actually get the full story, full scope. Again, your girl, the Jackie Jackson. I have studied really, really long, have been around the block a couple of times, invested in quite a lot of properties, and guess what? Yep, I can teach you to look for these really, really awesome opportunities and decide for yourself exactly what it is that you want to do with these properties. Okay. So I'm really, really excited for you guys. I don't know. Let's look at this one. What's going on here? 4,000. Well, what year was this one? Oh, Lord. Let's see it. Just out of curiosity, what's really going on? Oh, this one's not bad. Ooh, this one says the market value is $12,750. Ooh, and it also is vacant residential land. Not bad, not bad, not bad. But if you're looking for properties that actually has a structure on it, right? For example, a house, a condo, a townhouse, I don't know, a gas station, something, church, school, anything. What you got to do is when you click on the lands available, when you go to the property appraiser's website, all you got to do is just look for that property usage code right here and then identify, is this something that I'm really interested in? So this is a perfect example. This is necessarily not a bad deal at all. I like that. I might just check this one out. But the point is, what I'm trying to say for you here is that you still got to do your due diligence. Fair enough? So, that was a lot. It's a lot of information in a short period of time. And you know I love you guys. So I'm going to always give you all of the information. And you guys can contact me. You can contact me. So all you have to do is contact me. A lot of you be like, oh my gosh, Jackie, I can't find you. Here, you can find me. I'll tell you where to find me. Are you ready for it? Yep. Here we go. The Jackie Jackson. There I am. All right, hold up. My website loading. Booking with Jackie Jackson. All right. So here it is. thejackyjackson.com/booking with Jackie Jackson. So this is how you hang out with me if you'd like, right? So you can come to my website. You can schedule a consultation with me. You want to learn about tax deeds, tax liens, lands available, surpluses, how to get in, how to fit in, how to figure out, maneuver through this whole records process, trying to figure out how you could be successful. You want the tea. You want to figure out how you can actually make money, be successful, and build your portfolio, right? Build your portfolio, build generational wealth, build everything that you want. Your goals, your visions, all the stuff that you've been dreaming about. You want to do with real estate. This is how it starts. Got to book an appointment. Fair enough? So booking with the Jackie Jackson. Look at that. I don't even understand my name. Jackie Jackson. Well, whatever you call it. Some people call me Jack. Some people call me Jackie. It doesn't matter. I'll answer. I promise you I will. So you can actually have a couple of options. You can do a free consultation, or you can maximize the opportunity to have a longer consultation. All right. So you just choose the one that's relevant for you. All right. I'm going to choose the 15. Normally, most people choose the 15. And as you can see, it doesn't cost you anything. And all you got to do is just select the days that works for you, just like that. It has our default hours in here. And then all it is like, you want the website to just tell you like, what's the next available opportunity to get on the phone with me, right? So when you click next, guess what's going to happen? All these awesome, dope times is going to be available for you for a 15-minute consultation. So for example, check out Wednesday. Ooh, select any of these times on Wednesday. Ooh, how about Thursday? Yep, I'm available on Thursday. How about Friday? Oh my gosh. Oh, have you noticed that Ms. Jackson's not available on Saturday and Sunday? You're correct. Because I'm not looking at property. So yeah, you're not going to get me on the phone on Saturday and Sunday. But you will get me on the phone Monday through Friday.